Hello friends, welcome back to channel NEET, and today we are going to look at the chapter that is known as the living world. Okay, today is lecture number 8. Fine, and we are going to continue with the topic that is known as taxonomic categories. Okay, so I'll be concluding this part, taxonomic categories, which I have left in the last lecture. Okay, so I've given you a hint about KDC, SSO, MFGS. Okay, so we have here KDC, SSO, and FGS. Okay, so we'll possibly see and define which scientist has given which part. You already know there has to be 7 categories required for actually classifying any organism. Okay, so we have a constraint over here with respect to category, and there are 7 major categories through which an organism is classified. Okay, first is kingdom, next is division or phylum, fine, then you have class, you have order, family, genus, and species. Fine, so you have this sequence. This 7 is very important. And 7. Okay, now we'll see each and every category is defined by whom. The first, we'll start from the bottom. Genus was coined by John Ray. He coined it. John Ray was coined in 1693. Fine. Genus has been given by Torford. Fine. So genus was given by Torford. Next, family was been coined by John Ray. Okay, so family was again coined by John Ray. Next, the order was given by Linnaeus. Okay, so order was given by Linnaeus. Next, class was given by Linnaeus. Division, you already know it is used in plants, and phylum is used in animals. Okay, so division was coined by Eckhel. Fine, and phylum was given by the Cuvier. Vier. Okay, fine, the year 1829. Fine. Next, what we come across, we can see the kingdom, which is the highest category, again given by Carolus Linnaeus. So Linnaeus has given us this category. Okay, so this is the taxonomic category, who has proposed whom. Okay, now I'll just recall for you. First category, kingdom, division is taken in plants, phylum is taken in animals, class, order, family, genus and species. These are the 7 important latest classification category which you should have. Was given by John Ray, genus was given by Tom Ford, family was given by John Ray, order by Carlos Linnaeus, class by Linnaeus, division by Eckler, phylum by Cuvier, kingdom by Linnaeus. Okay, now we'll move up to the definition. We'll be seeing up this particular topic in details, that is species. Okay, we'll be detailing the species and see up what does the scientist say about it. There are 4 major type of definition which we could include in the species or concept of species. So we are going to start with the concept that is known as concept of species. Okay, so we'll start first with the very first definition. Okay, the first introduction was given by Carlos Linnaeus. Okay, we'll see what does he say. Okay, the next concept was given by Darwin. So next concept was given by Charles Darwin with respect to species. We'll see of that. What does the Darwin say with respect to the species? The third concept was given by Ernest Mayr. So Ernest Mayr has given us the third. Ernest Mayr. Okay, and the final latest definition has been by William Maiden. Okay, we'll discuss that. The final definition was given by William and Maiden. So these were the 4 popular species definition which we could consider with respect to the time. Okay, now let's see what does they say. Carlos Linnaeus called his concept as morphospecies. He called them as morphospecies. Okay, so he called his concept as morphospecies. Charles Darwin called his concept as true species. Fine, done. Ernest Mayr called his concept as modern concept. Fine. Now Wiley called his concept of evolutionary species concept. Evolutionary species concept. Okay, now we'll see what does this individually means. Okay, so first, speaking with respect to Carlos Linnaeus, he says that organisms have similar morphological characters. So he says similar morphological characters, morphological characters are seen in species according to the Carlos Linnaeus. Okay, now Charles Darwin says the breeding pattern which is seen. Charles Darwin says that organism interbreed under natural condition. So his condition is that organism interbreeds under natural condition. Okay, fine. Ernest says in his concept that a group of closely related potentially interbreeding natural. So Ernest Mayr says that potentially interbreeding breeding natural population and close resemblance is seen in this modern concept of genes. According to this, characters is going to define species. The final, Ville and Maiden said that they are going to get are the species those that exist speciation event. Okay, we'll justify what exactly is speciation. We'll see of the word speciation event. Okay, so these were the 4 proposed theories for concept of species, which becomes a very basic unit for the classification. Okay, according to Carlos Linnaeus, he says it is a morphospecies. He focused only on the presence of the morphological character. Okay, Charles Darwin called them as true breeding because organism will be interbreeding in a natural condition. Okay, Ernest Mayr, he proposed it as model concept. He says potentially means an organism should have potential to interbreed in a natural population and also with the closely resemblant animals. So that is what is a concept of Ernest Mayr with respect to the species. Okay, Ville and Maiden has proposed this theory in near about 2000. Okay, so this is the most in year 2000 this theory was put forward. Okay, fine. Near about 1940 Ernest Mayr has proposed this theory. Okay, Carlos Linnaeus 1753. Okay, now let's see up here. So evolutionary basis, Ville and Maiden said that evolutionary species of concept, he has given that particular name to that, and he says ki those species which can that exist speciation event means what, a new species is going to formed from the species already present exists. Okay, so that is what is a speciation. Okay, the formation of new species is known as speciation. I repeat, the formation of new species from the existing species is known as speciation. Okay, so every scientist has his own view for the concept of species. Okay, fine. Carlos Linnaeus says it as morpho species. Charles Darwin called this as true species. Ernest Mayr called it as modern concept of species. Ville and Maiden called it as evolutionary species concept. Okay, so this was a concept with respect to the species. Fine. Now we'll slowly and steadily develop the concept of genus. Okay, now we'll see some name of the species first, so that you understand what are the species and how they are represented internationally. Okay, so we'll be moving with the concept of genus. Okay, now we'll define the species. Now species could be divided into two major other forms. What I need to discuss: species could be either monotype, species, polytype species. Okay, so I'll discuss now what is monotype species and what is polytype species. Okay, so basically whenever we are going to speak with respect to monotype species, you understand the word that is known as monotype. What is monotype? Monotype is something what we call it as single. Okay, monotype is nothing but an single species. Okay, now first we'll see polytype so that you understand the monotype. Polytype has, in a polytype kind of species, you have a presence of subspecies. Now this word is very important, subspecies. We'll discuss this as we see up the example. We'll take very common example of tiger. Okay, fine. Now you know there are various type of tiger that we can come across. Okay, fine. I'll say tiger is represented simply by Panthera tigris. Okay, it is represented by Panthera tigris. Okay, fine. Now you can see many other type of tigers which are present. Okay, for example, if I want to write the name, suppose this becomes and Indian tiger, okay, now I'll be representing Indian tiger as Panthera tigris. Okay, fine. Suppose I'll be taking example of Chinese tiger. Okay, Chinese tiger could be represented as Panthera tigris. Amoyaniensis. So we have here amoyaniensis. Okay, fine. One more example we can relate that out with respect to Serbian tiger. Okay, Serbian tiger could be represented by Panthera tigris altacia. Okay, so it could be represented by altacia. Okay, so now basically if we can understand this, this is a major form of tiger, that is Panthera tigris. Okay, now this is a species what we are speaking about. Okay, so you have many subspecies in those, so tiger becomes the main species. Okay, and Indian tiger, Chinese tiger and Siberian tiger becomes it subspecies. Okay, so in polytype you have a presence of subspecies to it. In polytype you have a presence of subspecies to it. Okay, fine. In monotype, I hope that will be easier for you. You do not have any subtype, does not have presence of subtype. Okay, now if we can take example, okay, there's a beautiful blue colored parrot, if you can see. Okay, that parrot is named as, has been named as hyacinth macaw. Okay, it's a blue colored parrot like. Okay, fine, done. So this species does not have any subtype to it. Okay, fine. It looks like parrot, but it is not exactly the parrot. So I have written it as the parrot or paraquet, what we call it as internationally. Okay, fine. One more example of this. This is of animal, what we come across. Okay, and there could be one more example with respect to Australian pitcher plant. Australian pitcher plant. Okay, now this again becomes the monotype species. Okay, so this again becomes the monotype species. Fine, done. So this was about the species. Now there could be a question which could be who has found out the species. You already know the name. It was coined by John Ray. Species coined by John Ray. Fine. And which year he has coined? It was coined in year 1693. Okay, fine, done. So species was coined by John Ray in 1693. Species are divided into two forms, monotype and polytype. What is monotype? You do not have presence of subtype of subspecies. Okay, fine. And here you have a presence of subspecies. What example we have taken here? The tiger. Tiger is represented by Panthera tigris. Indian tiger is known as Panthera tigris. Chinese is known as Panthera tigris amoyensis. Okay, Siberian is known as Panthera tigris altaikia. Okay, so these are the name of the subspecies. What we can see the difference: tigris, amoyensis, and finally you have altaikia. Okay, monotype will never have a presence of subtype or subspecies. Okay, there is no presence. For example, hyacinth macaw. Okay, it is a blue colored parrot. Okay, fine. And Australian pitcher plant, so they do not have any subtype. Okay, fine. So this was a concept with respect to the species in detailing. Fine. Okay, hope you like today's video. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Have a nice day.